Okay, guys. So I hope you've completed first few questions and you by now completed exercise 3A first 5 to 7 questions. Okay. If not, please do that. And it's time to move ahead with question number 8 of exercise 3A from concise. Okay. So what is this eighth question? On certain sum, the compound interest in 2 years. Look at this. Compound interest in 2 years amounts to rupees 4240. That means compound interest is rupees 4240. Sorry, compound interest is 4240 rupees. If the rates of interest for the successive years are 10 and 15%, R1 and R2 is given as 10 and 15%. How to do this sum? Find the sum, or we're supposed to calculate the principal. So how are we going to get the principal? Same thing, guys. We'll have to use the compound interest formula very carefully. Because look at this, compound interest का formula क्या है? Amount minus principal, isn't it? So CI for successive years formula क्या बनेगा? CI is equals to P open the bracket 1 plus R1 upon 100, 1 plus R2 upon 100. Because the rate for 2 years is given, we use this formula minus principal. Because compound interest is amount minus principal, and this is like the amount for successive years, isn't it? Minus principal. I hope you understood this. Very basic and very easy. Now, from these two, again we can take out this P common, isn't it? So compound interest will become P open the bracket 1 plus R1 upon 100 into 1 plus R2 upon 100, यहाँ पर R2 upon 100 minus 1 कर देंगे. Then we're going to get the compound interest, isn't it? I hope you understood. Please use these brackets, square brackets and the round brackets very carefully. Now, people must be wondering, so where this P went? Of course, I have taken this common outside. People must be wondering from where this P has come. Obviously, when P will go out, there is nothing, that means there is 1, isn't it? If there is nothing, that means there is 1. Okay, now I hope you know by now this factorization very well. Now it's time to plug the values. So we know CI. What is this CI given as 4240? Plugged over here. But it's supposed to calculate this principal. Now, what is R1 10? So, ये बन जाएगा. Okay, it's not 1 plus R1, I guess it is. Okay, separate. So, it will become 1 plus 10 upon 100. वो बन जाएगा 110 upon 100, which I wrote over here. And 1 plus 15 upon 100 will become 115 upon 100. I hope you know this calculation, isn't it? 1 will become 100. 100 plus 10 will become 110, and whole thing upon 100. It's basic LCM things, isn't it? 115 upon 100 minus 1, which you can simplify like 25 and 520 and 523 520 and 522, isn't it? And now you can do this basic calculation, guys. And once you simplify this subtraction, so this will turn out as 506 upon 500 minus 1. And over here 4240 it compressed it, isn't it? And then once you simplify this 506 minus 400 will become 106 upon 400. You just take it on the other side and then do the uh, uh, you know a reverse multiplication. You can say 400 into 4240 upon 106. Once you simplify this, it will become 40 into 400. So principal will become rupees 16,000. It's a very simple calculation, guys, isn't it? I hope you understood this sum perfectly. Now it's time to copy paste it quickly or resolve this sum quickly in your book. Hurry up, guys. I guess you can manage this calculation now, isn't it? So pause the video over here and copy paste it quickly. Hurry up with me. Okay, let's move ahead with the next question, guys. I hope you finished writing that question number 8. And now, what is the question? At what rate percent compound interest does a sum of money become 1.44 times itself in 2 years? Now, these type of question, guys, you can do by two methods. One is by 100 method or by X method. If you're doing by X, you will going to get the equation. And if you're doing getting a 100, then you get the unitary method, isn't it? I've already seen in chapter 2. So let's see how to do this question. So let's plug the first of all the data from the sum. At what rate percent? So the rate is question mark. The compound interest does a sum of money becomes 1.44 times of itself. But if the principal is X, the amount becomes 1.44 times of X, isn't it? If principal is X rupees, then amount will become 1.44 times of X rupees. And that too in 2 years. सिर्फ time क्या है 2 years बोला है, isn't it? Now, which formula are we going to utilize over here? Simple amount formula, isn't it? Amount is equal to P open the bracket 1 plus R upon 100 raised to power n. Let's plug the value. Amount क्या दिया है 1.44 times of x, which equals to principal क्या है x. Now, if we cancel this x over here, it will come down over here in the denominator. Did you understand why it has come into the denominator? Or else you can do something like this also. Divide both the sides by x. वो भी कर सकते हैं. Into the bracket 1 plus r upon 100 raised to power 2. I hope you understood this step very well. Now, what is the next step? This x and this x will get cancelled, or this x will get cancelled. However, it will be remain 1.44 is equal to 1 plus r upon 100 raised to power 2. Now, if I'll cancel this power 2, it will go to other side and it will become a root. I hope you understood this step too. Now, what is the root of 1.44? It is 1.2. 1.2 is equal to 1 plus r upon 100. Get this 1 on the other side. It will become 1.2 minus 1 will become 0.2, which equals to r upon 100. I hope you understood these steps too. And 0.2 into 100 करेंगे तो rate you're going to get 20% per annum. Please make sure that you write the unit as percent per annum for the rate. Therefore, rate of interest is, therefore, the rate of interest is, okay, rate of interest is 20% per annum. Is 20% per annum. I hope you understood how these sums are very simple. So students, what all things we've seen somewhere the principal is given, rate is given, time is given, so you can calculate amount. Okay, so there are basically four variables. Did you notice there are four variables? N, R, P, and A. Out of that, any three they will give it to you some other way in some form, and then they'll expect you to calculate the remaining fourth one. Did you understood? This is more or less the strategy of this chapter, nothing else. That is the strategy of this exercise 3A. I hope you understood and finished solving the sums in your book. Isn't it? You can copy paste it by pausing the video below. Okay, let's move ahead, guys, with the next question. Question number 14, which is on your screen. That is again from exercise 3A. Okay, find the time. As I told you, there are four variables. Three are given to you in direct or indirect format, and the fourth one they expect you to calculate. Look at this. P is given, A is given, and the rate is given. Let's see how it has been given. Find the time. The time is question mark, in which 4000 will produce. 4000 is producing, that means principal is rupees 4000. You understood how the hidden language they use? They have not given in which rupees 4000 will produce. That means hidden thing is principal is 4000 and producing 630.50 as compound interest. Don't use this compound interest language as compound interest. We'll use amount. Amount is equal to P plus CL. So that becomes 4630.50. Why? Because principal is 4000 and compound interest is 630.50. So if we add 4000 plus 630.50, it will become 4630.50 as amount. I hope you understood this. So principal we know, amount we know, and at the rate of 5% per annum. So the rate of interest is given 5% per annum. Compounded annually, very important word, compounded annually. In the next exercise they may use the word, in 3B they may use the word semi-annually. So then that's how the next exercise is formed. Are you understanding? Nothing else. So anyway, we'll start using the formula. Amount is equal to P open the bracket 1 plus R upon 100 raised to power n. We use the formula and then we'll just plug the values. Amount we know, principal we know. Now, can someone think why we did not use the simple, the compound interest formula? Because this formula is very simple to use. And if you want to use compound interest, still you're going to get the right answer, but then the calculation will become little tricky. Okay, nothing else. Now we'll just plug the value 4630.50 as amount. P is 4000, 1, R is 5 upon 100 raised to power n, and that n we're supposed to calculate. Now understand, guys, how we're going to get that power when the bases are same. So we'll have to make the bases same. That is what the indices 8th standard we've learned, isn't it? Make the bases same so that the powers can be equated, isn't it? In exponent chapter we've learned that very well. So this will turn out as 4630.50 divided by 4000, which equals to 105 upon 100 raised to power n. Now, basically, if we simplify this, it will turn out at 8000 in the denominator and 9261 in the numerator. Now, 9261 and upon 8000, basically they are nothing but 21 upon 20 cube. And on the left, on the right hand side, we have 21 upon 20 raised to power n. Now, when you get this 21 upon 20, that's basically hint. When you got on the right hand side 21 upon 20, that means this has to be 20 upon 20 some power, and that is 21 upon 20 is power 3, isn't it? So, by just equating the powers of equal basis, we're going to get n is equal to 3, and that's so simple sum. I hope you understood this perfectly, isn't it? And the solving part is really simple, guys. If you got the concept really very well, then the solving becomes super duper simple, guys. Your calculation skill should be really powerful, guys, because this chapter is only based on two things. One is proper understanding or extracting the data, and the second one is correct calculations. That's it. Okay, guys, it's time to move ahead with the next question. Question number 16. Very simple question. So I'll quickly explain to you all, and then we will wind up this today's class. Okay, so let's learn this question number 16. A sum of rupees 44,200. Please listen very carefully, guys. Okay, a sum of rupees 44,200 is divided between Mr. John and Smith. One second. Okay, so what is this question? A sum of rupees 44,200 is to be divided between the John and Smith. So 44,200 is been distributed between these two people. One is John and another one is Smith. Okay, now let's read further. Who are 12 and 14 years old respectively. Matlab John is 12 years and Smith is 14 years. Now let's understand in such a way that if their portion be invested at 10% per annum, matlab their money, so out of 44,200, John will going to get say rupees P and Smith will going to get say 44,200 minus P, and that has been invested by 10%, 10%, both at the same rate. They will receive equal amount on reaching 16 years of age. What is the share of each out of rupees 44,200, and what each will receive when they will turn out 16 years? So there are two questions. We'll see how to do that. Don't worry. Now, what is the condition given? When both will become 16, they will going to get the same amount. Means what? See, right now John is 12 years. Matlab, after or when this John will turn to 16. When John will turn in 16? After 4 years. Matlab, amount in 4 years. And when this Smith will turn to 16? After 2 years. Because right now he is 14. So after 2 years he will going to become, after 2 years he will going to become 16. So amount in 2 years. So when they will turn, both will turn at the age of 16, their amount will be the same. That means these amount in 4 years and these amount in 2 years are same. I hope you understood this concept, isn't it? And now, guys, if you know this equation, we have to just plug the values. How to plug the values? Let's see over here very carefully. Okay, one second, hold on. So we know that what we know that, one second. We know that amount in 4 years, we know that amount in 4 years is same as amount in 2 years. We know that amount in 4 years is same as amount in 2 years. So what is amount in 4 years? P1, open the bracket, 1 plus R1 upon 400 raised to power of 4. What is P1? The John's investment. That was P rupees, isn't it? John has invested P rupees. We've written somewhere over here, isn't it? And Smith's investment will be P2. This is called as P1 and this is called as P2 rupees, isn't it? So that's the reason I have written over here. P2 1 plus R upon 100 raised to power 2. I hope you understood this step. If you understood this step, it's time to move ahead. P1 क्या है? P. Rate क्या है? 10. So 110 upon 100 raised to power 4. I hope you understood this part. Which equals to P2 was 44,200 minus P. This is over here plugged in place of P2. Rate height 10, so 100 plus 10, 110 upon raised to power 2, because this money was invested for only 2 years. Now I hope you understood this entire step. Now just a calculation, guys, just a calculation. I shifted this P on other side of the equation because it's multiplication. When it will go to other side, it will go in the denominator. And this 110 upon 100 raised to power 4 divided by 110 raised to power 2. So bases are same, so we can subtract the powers. So 4 minus 2 will become 2. Okay, I hope you understood. Okay, if you're not understood, okay, let's understand. If I'll shift these over here in the denominator, this looks something like this, isn't it? These upon these. And now the powers will get subtracted because of the division. Did you understood what I mean? That's nice. Okay. Now, if so, powers are getting 4 minus 2 will become 2, and here these zeros will get cancelled. So, 11 upon 10 raised to power 2 will become 121 upon 100, which equals to 44200 minus p upon p. If you've got that, now just do cross multiplication. So, ये बन जाएगा 121p, which equals to 44,200 into two zeros minus 100p. Get this on the other side, it will become 221p, which equals to 442 and then 4 zeros. Now, if we take this 221 down over here, okay, we can get this down over here. Okay, if we get this down over here, 221 twos are 442, and so p will become P will become 20,000 rupees. What do you mean by P is becoming 20,000 rupees? P is becoming 20,000, but John's investment is rupees 20,000. So, what will be the Smith's investment? Obviously, 44,200 minus 20,000. That will become 22,200 rupees. I hope you understood this perfectly, isn't it? Show thumbs up, and you can pause over here and copy paste it quickly. Hurry up, guys. Okay, for copy pasting, you can do this way. One second, I'll just get that into the window. Okay. So this is like the entire thing. What you can copy paste. You can pause over here and copy paste it. Hurry, guys.